Well, the title of this video don't lie. This is the last ride with the Triumph. Some of you guys loved the Triumph, some of you guys hated the Triumph. Maybe those of you who hated the Triumph will welcome you back into your arms. Open and loving arms. Some of you guys who like the Wasteland Wednesday videos, you're like, finally, you're getting rid of that thing. You're focusing on your other bike. I don't know why you have a southern accent. That's what I imagine. So here we go. Uncover the girl. She's all cleaned up. She's got her fancy little 15th anniversary edition on there. Everything's ready to go pretty much. I was meaning to get rid of this bike quite some time ago, but the rear turn signal was broken, and so I had to order it, wait a week or two, and then find time to install it. I would have loved to do a review on this bike, but let's just call this my little, I don't know, 1 year review. How long did I have this thing? I don't even know. 2 years? Gosh, golly, man. Time flies, you know. She was a good girl. She was a good bike, man. And so you don't have to go digging and wondering through the video and skipping ahead. The reason I'm getting rid of it is just because my freaking knees aren't that great, man. My knee is not that great anymore. Even the Bandit is kind of hard to ride. That's more under me. This is a little more behind me. I have more of a bent knee, so too hard on the knee. I love this bike, and she runs great, but I have to be good to my body until I get my whole knee injury figured out. Let me get her off the center stand here. Normally these bikes don't come with center stands, but because I'm a maniac, real bikes have center stands. So if you don't have a center stand, sorry, you don't have a real bike. Actually a really nice center stand made by SW Motec. Also have the SW Motec frame sliders on this. It makes some really nice accessories. Oh, sweetheart, this is our last ride together. I'm gonna miss you. You're so nice. Ooh, that looks kind of dirty. Oof. Eek. I don't know why it feels way lighter than I remember. This thing always felt heavier than the Bandit, but it does not right now. Maybe I'm just so used to that Street Glide that I rented. Oh, honeys. Last startup. Well, it's been super cloudy this morning. At least the sun popped out for me. You guys can see just how pretty and shiny she is. She was kind of scratched up on the tank from my old tank bag, but that's okay. Let's hit the road. Golly, I forget how short I am. I couldn't even feel that. Yeah, dude, my feet are so far back. It's just not comfortable. Well, thank you guys for joining me on one last rip with this 2010 Triumph Speed Triple 1050 Special 15th Anniversary Edition. In case you're new to the channel or you haven't seen this bike yet, when I first, that felt weird. When I first saw this bike, when I worked at A&S Motorcycles, I knew that I had to have it. It was just like a love at first sight kind of thing. And it's a really fun bike. It's so smooth. It was like my first fuel injected bike, so it was just I just have a lot of good memories. I did a couple long trips on this bike, nothing too crazy. It's probably not going to turn. Oh, it did. Oh, she sounds so good. And even though I had just recently broken my knee, I still bought this bike and I loved it. I loved it for the time I had it. It really did everything I needed it to do at the time. Really, I was just commuting back and forth to work every day, just absolutely slamming through gears. The thing is fantastic for riding around the city. It's just got so much of that low-end grunt, and it really just wants to wheelie so bad. All that low-end power just equates to you getting off the line faster, and that's really where I use most of my power in motorcycles. A lot of people really didn't like that when I did the Kawasaki Concourse 14 review. They said that I just didn't get the RPMs up. It's like, yeah, dude, where can you get the RPMs up? You get the RPMs up in a Concourse and you're doing 100 miles per hour. It's just not usable power, and that's what I appreciate about the Triumph. And, you know, I rode this thing for the first time in, like, I don't know, months the other week, and it made me really nervous. I totally just, you know how you don't ride a bike for a while, you have to readjust yourself to it, and so I had to readjust myself being on my absolute twinkle toes, because I'm 5'4", but this bike is still pretty tall. I'm a little shorty, but you know, being short riding tall bikes, it's all just about confidence and practice, and the more you get used to it, the more it's like, no big deal. But definitely switching from I haven't ridden my Harley for months, and you know, done so many long trips on it, and then getting on this thing, I was like, oh, we got a squeaky front brake. I think that was me anyway. Whoops. But yeah, this 2010 Triumph, this is the version right before they switched to the new like slanted headlights, like the bug eye headlights, right? I think these, yeah, I guess those are considered bug eye, I don't know. These are the round ones. Some people think it looks kind of, you know, derpy. I think it's cool. I think it's a sort of signature Triumph look. Honestly, if you're thinking about getting a Triumph, especially like this generation, they sound really good. I've had a kind of a hard time finding parts. Like if you're looking for parts, if you're trying to like fix one or rebuild one up, you might have a harder time. I really had to do my research and my digging, aka a lot of finding part numbers and looking on eBay. I'm gonna miss all those pulls, the sound of this triple engine. Jeez, man. Shame. I don't know, all the good things about this bike, like I said, it's super torquey. You can get around pretty quick. You're quick off the line. It's a lot of usable power. It sounds good. It's plain old fun. Downsides is that it is a naked bike, so you don't have any wind protection, and if you're not used to that, that gets pretty brutal. The suspension's pretty stiff too, so if you're very lightweight, you are gonna have to either upgrade it or change it out or do something just to make it a wee bit softer. No, I guess the only thing wrong for me really with it, I don't ride it anymore just because I ride the Harley because it's so much easier on my knee. And it's just being in this like sort of not quite, it's not really a sport, it is more a sport sort of position. My knee is way more bent, and I have no way to like extend it out and just be more comfortable. I don't know why today I just feel super confident on this thing. It feels good. I'm just like, hang on, why am I selling this? Oh, I guess I should talk about where we're headed right now. We're going to Specialty Motorsports. Oh, I hate these things. Specialty Motorsports sells used motorcycles here in Sacramento, and they also do consignment, which is how I'm going to be selling this bad boy. I've already tried Craigslist and Facebook Marketplace and all that shenanigans, and I'm pretty much over it. So if you're interested in the Triumph, I mean, come on down to Specialty, pick it up. Take it. She's a good girl. She'll treat you right. I took care of this baby. Alright. Oh, well, it's been good, little Triumph. Let's see what this place can do. Womp womp. Oh, alright. Well, my mom's here to give me a ride home. From dropping off the Triumph. That's it. She's gone now. Sad. Oh, yes, sad face. But we got Tootsie Roll Pops.
That's right. Well, when
yeah.
one door closes, another one opens.
That's right.
It's all about the money now.
Now, yep, trying to get that squilla.
That's right, squilla for all you old timers.
Well, hopefully you Triumph diehards can forgive me. This may not be my last Triumph. Honestly, Triumph that I really want is a Triumph Trophy, their sport touring bike. That is something I'm definitely gunning for one day. I want to own one and at least have one for a little bit and enjoy it. But if you missed it, I do have a new Wasteland Wednesday video. Now that we have tons of space, I'm definitely going to get back to the Bandit. And then once the Triumph sells, I can finish fixing up the old Rat Bandit, and then that will be for sale. So that's something that you're interested in buying off of me. I'm going to make sure it runs and everything. It's just kind of old and worn out. Just keep an eye out for that if you're interested. I'm not going to let that one just slip by you guys. But thanks for tuning in. Thanks for joining me on the last ride of the Triumph. See you guys in the next video.